So this is our number one highest, most popular training so far. Over 2,500 people have registered. I think our second highest was 1,400. So almost doubled it, which is pretty cool. I do think that we will be having at least 1,000 people show up. So unfortunately, we are on the highest enterprise plan that Demio has. And I think that we're going to have to leave some people outside the door this time. But let me introduce you our guest of the hour. Her name is Rachel Peterson. You might know her as the queen of social media. And, she's pretty big in the ClickFunnels world. Russell Brunson handed her the 2 Comma Club Award. And her agency, The Viral Touch, is the leading storyteller in Facebook ads. Her TikTok is super viral. In the last 12 months, I've seen you really growing a lot of following on TikTok, and you're producing some really cool, authentic content, by the way. I got to say that. It's very authentic, Rachel. And I know that we've known each other for a long time, and I've loved watching your journey. So excited to see really just being in a student position today and learn from you about social media.
I am super excited to be here, you guys. Let's see some energy in the chat. I'm super extroverted, so I've missed people a lot this last year and a half, and I'm sure some of you guys have at least missed connecting with people. Austin, thank you for having me. You guys are awesome. I love anything that you do, but I'm especially excited about what we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah, our journey's pretty long too. We've known each other for coming up on probably 5 years now.
Yep.
And you're also like one of our top partners at Proof.
Which is so wild. I think I was a pretty early user of Proof, and now Jarvis talking about conversion.ai, I am super excited because as soon as I got oh, this is the vision of how you can use it, it changed the game forever for me, for my business, for my team. So I hope you guys are all ready. Are you guys ready for me to bring some serious value, actionable steps, things that are simple, accessible, amazing? Yes?
Yes, I see a lot of yeses in the comments.
I see tons. Awesome. Can I dive on in? Because I'm already super stoked.
Yeah, let's go in. I'm going to do a poll real quick. I'm curious, how many are new here? I'll put it in the chat. And, how many are have been around for a while. So we had a lot of OGs. These tend to be, customer focused. But if you snuck in here without already being a customer, we'd like to fill in some gaps here. So if you could respond to the poll so I can get a pulse on who all's attending today. And I know Rachel shared this with her audience. So there's probably a lot of people that are brand new to Jarvis and are curious to figure out what's going on here, what all the buzz is about.
Awesome. Look at that. The results are coming in.
The question of the hour will be, is this recorded? Yes, it will be recorded, and it will be up later today in the Academy at conversion.ai/academy. So you'll see that later today, but that's the only time I'm going to answer that question today. So if you see somebody ask, is this recorded in the chat, please just share that little fact with them.
Beautiful. Look at the results of that poll. That is crazy. 70% has already answered. You guys are active today. Did you have your coffee, I'm guessing? Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, sweet. And it looks like, it's pretty much right there down the middle. 50% are not yet customers, 50% are. So that's pretty sweet. Welcome everybody that's new. My name is Austin Distel. I run the marketing here at Conversion AI. We're all based here in Austin, Texas. You can see the whole team behind me. Yeah, we also got Mr. Jarvis with us today. Quick housekeeping. If you want to be on the inside, join our Facebook group. You can just search it. And then also June 29th, there is a really big announcement. One of the things actually got leaked this week. Did you see that, Rachel? There's some little leakages happening out. People are talking.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we ended up acquiring a company called Shortly this past week, and funny news, they updated their terms of conditions 2 weeks early, and everybody found out. So that got leaked. It was one of the couple of announcements that we were going to talk about on June 29th. But if that just shows you the magnitude of the series of rollouts that we're doing over the upcoming weeks, that is awesome. So yeah, know that big features are coming your way. Huge upcoming events are coming. Maybe I'll see you in Hawaii. And there's going to be just so many cool features. Honestly, now is the best time to be in Jarvis Nation.
I love this so much. It almost makes me feel like I'm a part of the Avengers. Does anyone else feel that way? Like Jarvis and AI and super cool things. I mean, it makes me feel like I'm, Antonia Stark or something. It's kind of fun to be a part of this. Okay, real fast as we start to dive in. Are you cool? I just like totally took over because I'm
I'm
so
ready.
excited.
I'm ready. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn my mic off and sit here in the student seat with everybody else. And I'll be monitoring the chat. So if anybody has questions, and I see the question come up a few times, I'll end up maybe pausing you at the right time so you can just kind of be in your zone. But yeah, I'll let you take it away here. This is your stage.
I love that. So, Austin, real fast before we dive on in, there's some people who are like, I don't even know what you guys are talking about yet, but I want in. So, can we actually drop, for those of you who are like, I have to dip out early, or I'm not going to be here for the whole training, or I have to catch the replay, for those of you who want to use what we're going to be talking about today, Austin, can you drop the link for this? Because we have 10,000 free words for you guys, and you guys will know exactly what that means as we dive in. But why I'm so excited to share this with you guys, and you are all so nice. By the way, yes, my books are color coded. There's a pink shelf up there. So we have almost 1,000 books in our house. Books are one of my biggest passions. And don't worry, I'm not going to talk about myself long. I'm going to talk about the ways that you guys can use this to honestly get better marketing out there, more quality content, content that converts, content that attracts an amazing audience. But I love books, and I just picked the prettiest ones and my favorite ones to feature in my color coded shelf. Everywhere else is like in spreadsheets and stuff. So we've got it all organized all across my room. So let's dive on in. Guys, my name is Rachel Peterson. I am a Minnesota-based mom of 3. We won't talk about me for long, but I want you to understand why I'm so passionate about what we're talking about today. So I own 2 companies. 10 years ago, I was a single mom on welfare, became a hairstylist, and ultimately jumped into marketing. And today we own 2 companies that have done 7 figures, which is wild to talk about. We could sit there and be like, for a while, but it still kind of blows my mind a little bit. So we have the Viral Touch, where we work with amazing clients. Some of you guys have actually probably heard of our clients. Let me know if you've ever heard of any of these clients. Ready? We've got Lionsgate. We've worked with Creative Nature Foods. We've worked with ClickFunnels, and even Dean Graciosi is our client as well. Have you guys heard of those people, by the way? Just a couple? A little bit? Awesome. Now, what else is wild is we have a second business where we teach people about marketing. I'm obsessed and passionate about marketing freelancers and everyone who basically is on that journey of becoming an excellent marketer. And along the way, we've accumulated a really cool and wild platform. To date, I actually haven't calculated this for about a month, so it's probably changed, but we have a combined 1.6 million followers across all of our platforms, which is kind of wild. And just on Instagram alone, we reach 10.3 million people per month. Pretty far journey from a single mom on welfare. It still blows my mind. Across the board, we have a combined monthly reach of between 25 and 50 million. But now, are you guys ready for this? Because I know some of you guys literally just said, I can't relate to her. There's no way. She has a huge team that does all of her social. Be honest. Did that thought go through your mind a little bit? Now, what I'm going to share with you guys is that to this day, I create myself 95% of my content. Who here says, okay, now I'm listening. I'm here. I still create 95% of my own content. I still write my own emails. Who here's ever gotten my emails or seen my content and you're like, this feels very like, I feel that connection. This feels like I'm actually talking to Rachel. It's because it's me. I don't have time all day to create content with 2 businesses, 3 kids, and 3 different sports that my kids are in. We need things to work fast. They have to work the first time. I don't have all day to try things and test things and to fail, to be honest with you guys. I'm also not going to spend $10,000 a month to hire teams for this when I know that I can create all of my content in a single day. I also do not have time. Give me an amen in the chat. If you do not have time to create 100 pieces of content per day, I need content to work the first time. I don't have time to create 100 pieces every single place. I choose my family. I choose balance. I choose a profitable business, a lean business, and I choose to be able to be there for my kids' games. Okay, you guys ready? So we're going to talk about how to ultimately plan your content. Number one, plan your content. Number two, batch create all of your content legitimately in a day. In case you're like, wait, is this for real? Yeah, grab your 10,000 word free trial because this is all going to blow your mind. You guys ready? I'm not kidding. I'm not a huge fan of like the hypey things that aren't true. So everything I'm teaching is exactly what I'm doing. Okay. And number three, how to actually schedule your content. Who here needs help with scheduling? Or maybe you're worried that scheduling your content is going to reduce your reach, or you've been nervous, or you've heard rumors, or right? Okay, cool. So let's dive on in. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. The first thing that I want to share with you guys is that, and you guys can hear me okay, right? Just make sure everyone, you guys can hear me, see me. Beautiful. Awesome. So the first thing that I want to share with you is that you do not have to be active on every single social media platform. Can I get an amen in the chat?
And
I
I
do
don't
not.
see you sharing your screen yet, by the way, if you
Nope, not yet.
intended
In
to.
just a
Okay,
moment. I'm just
cool.
thanks for letting me know. I'll ask as soon as I share it. So I do not believe you have to be active on every single social media platform. You may notice I'm active on every social media platform, but that is because it is literally in my job description. My job is to get really good at marketing and creating content and social media so that I can pass along what's working, just like I'm going to do with you guys today. Cool? All right, so I'm gonna share my screen now and you guys can let me know if you can see it okay. Here we go. Can you guys see right here, this awesome window? Beautiful. Okay, you can go ahead and drop the 10,000 word free trial just so it doesn't block the screen for anybody. That would be awesome. All right, so the first thing that I want you guys to do, oh, and we can actually share this link with you guys. Who wants that link? Austin, do you want to share the link to this so that they can see all my notes and the breakdown of how I do this? Basically, if you guys keep what is here in this original version, and I'll revert it at the end of this, or I'll just keep it and you can delete my notes, you guys can have access to this. Cool? So the first thing that I want you to do is make a copy of this so you have it accessible in your Google Drive. Cool? You only need to, you guys ready for it?
Sharing your screen,
Yep.
it'll help the people in the recording see better.
Here we go. Good?
Yep.
Beautiful. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is pick 2 to 3 platforms that you're going to be consistent on. Who here feels that freedom? 2, if 3 2 feels like too many, go with 2. Pick 2 to 3, but that's including email. So let's go ahead and pick 3. Go ahead and share the 3 in the chat that you're going to go for, or even just the 2. What are those 2 or 3 platforms you're going to pick? If I were starting all over again, by the way, you guys, I would probably go email. I might go Instagram. Actually, I'd go TikTok, but I know a lot of you guys are like, I don't care how awesome you are, Rachel. I am not getting on TikTok. Okay, we'll talk about that another day. So I won't even push TikTok at all. Fair. And I would go probably YouTube. Okay, cool. So email, Instagram, YouTube, those are the 3 platforms that I would probably pick. So you can pick your 2 to 3 platforms. Once you've got it done, let me know in the chat. You guys feel good about that, right? Okay, then we're going to take those 2 to 3 platforms and restart the numbering. Okay. Then what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to decide realistically. Keyword, what is it? Drop it in the chat. Realistically. Drop it again. Realistically. How much content can you create? Now, I say realistic because who here has idealized versions of their content creation? You are like, I'm going to show up, I'm going to go so hard for a year, and I'm going to blow up, and I'm going to make everything happen. And then within 4 days, you're burnt out and exhausted. I've done this so many times. In fact, anytime that my team hears me say, I'm going to create 100 pieces of content today, they're like, maybe you just need to like actually sign off social for the day because you're talking silly. So email, what is a realistic pace for you? Now, don't take my recommendations and just apply them to your life. You know your life, you know your business, you know your constraints, the time and energy that you have available. But a really great place to start is like 1 email per week. That's very natural. In some industries, one email per month is going to make sense. I like one email per week. Now, you guys, if you're on my email list, you may have noticed that I send probably 3 to 5 emails per week. I write those myself. I'm really proud of that. But one email per week is a great place to start. Okay, ready? The second one. Should we share it one more time? It looks like people are actually locked out of this. Let's try it one more time. Austin, can you share that link one more time? Because it's like literally blocking people.
Yep, it's in the bottom left-hand corner if you
Yep,
click on that little pulse-looking thing, and then if you're watching the recording, it is, in the resources section,
beautiful.
above this video.
Awesome. Okay. And then realistically, on your next platform, how much content can you create? It might be 3 to 5 posts per week. Is anyone, by the way, surprised to hear me say that it's better to create realistic workloads than it is for people to try to create like as much as the max recommendations for growth? We literally broke Google Docs. You guys, do you realize how crazy cool that is? We'll make sure we get it shared with everyone. Fair? So if you registered for this, we'll make sure to send this out. So there are recommendations for maximum growth, but that being said, I don't necessarily recommend that you hold yourself to that. So we've got Instagram and we've got YouTube. Maybe one video per week. There we go. One video per week. You can also take notes too. All right. Everyone feel good about this? You're like, yep, this feels doable. One email per week, 3 to 5 posts per week. We'll make sure to send it out. You guys feel free to take notes in the meantime, okay? Because we literally broke Google, which is awesome. Okay, one video per week on YouTube, all doable. All right, beautiful. Now I'm going to talk more about the KLT method later. So just so you guys know, who here knows that I have trained specifically for Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins? I was a part of their Project Next. Dean Graziosi is actually my client. I teach a method called the KLT method that we have not released anywhere before. It is not available for pay. It's not available anywhere. So when you jump on in and grab your free trial, those 10,000 words, I'm going to make this bonus available to all of you guys, and that's my entire KLT method. So we're going to go really in depth. That'll be ready by July 1st. So we're going to do a special training just for you guys for how you can use the KLT method with Jarvis and conversion.ai. Cool? Who's excited? Drop a yes in the chat if you're excited. So KLT stands for know, like, and trust. This is not something you can find from anybody else in the way that I put it together that is sustainable. This is our own thing that we created that's really fun and an easy way to crush it with social media. Okay, so we'll have this one ready for you guys by July 1st. Okay, but let's go ahead and talk about some of the different topics that we would want to dive into. Now, this is where I'm going to go straight into conversion.ai. So we're going to start with emails. Okay, you guys ready for this? Everyone taking notes, having fun? Okay, we're going to go into conversion.ai. Now, what I love about conversion.ai, and I am seriously, absolutely obsessed with this. I use it every single day. What I love is that I can use different templates and different like frameworks to create every single thing that I need for social media. So the first thing that I'm going to do is, okay, we're going to go to my first thing. Ready? My realistic content posting schedule. Email. If I want to create one email per week, I am actually going to do this probably differently than other people would teach you how to do it. So I'm going to pick a couple different things that would work here. I might look for, let's find some fun ones. I'm going to go ahead and do marketing angles. These can be really fun, or email subject lines. So I start with the email subject lines or the marketing angles. Let's do email subject lines. That one sounds really fun. So let's go back to my plan. I want one email per week. So if I want to create a year's worth of email subject lines, I would only need 50 or 52, right? How many would you need for a year? Not that many, right? That actually feels kind of doable. But let's talk about, like, let's say 3 months at a time. That's about 12 email subject lines. Cool? So let's go ahead and talk about what I offer. Marketing for business owners to grow social media And this is me talking about my business here, breaking it down. Anything you want to add, Austin, or are we doing good?
You add your company name or your product name in that.
Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. I'll be honest about that.
Cool.
I'll do it both ways. Cool? We'll do it that way. I like to do the tone of voice. Who here says I'm probably pretty excited? I'm energetic. I'm a little funny, little silly. So add the tone of voice that you normally speak in. Animated, that's a good one, right? Energetic, excited, bubbly, goofy, right? All of those would work.
And
And
on this, people often ask, like, is there a list of tone of voice out there? And remember, it's artificial intelligence. Like it knows it's read 10% of the internet. So it understands all vocabulary. And
yes,
so
yes,
you could literally say, sensitive, you could say suspenseful, and it understands that. It also could understand the voice of celebrities.
yes. We've done this.
So if it's read probably a lot of their Twitters, or if they have blog posts, or, if they have, pages of their book available online, you can actually use those tones of voice that are related to your brand.
I love it. Love it, love it. So you can put like right here, not that I would do this because we have very different tones of voice, but you could put Gary V right here and it's going to pump out copy that looks just like how Gary V would talk. Like you're literally going to hear it. It's so wild. Let's actually flip flop this. I'm going to make it more simple. Let's go ahead and talk about company or product name. I'm just going to do Rachel Peterson because I market everything under my personal brand. Okay. Let's go ahead and make this text a little bigger for you guys. Cool. Everyone can see good? Well, sorry, I'm not an English major. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to increase this to 10 outputs. If you're still on the 10,000 words free trial, I recommend going with the 3 because you'll run out of words fast if you just keep doing 10 outputs over and over. Now I have the top level of this and I will always stay with the top level because I sit here and go bam, 10, bam, 10, bam, 10. So let's go ahead and generate 10. So I'll literally make it generate like 100 and then pick my favorites, but you can usually find your favorites in like 3 to 10. I use this every single day and I'm not exaggerating at all. Okay. Look at this.
Actually train Jarvis on our highest converting, and we've also consulted with people on their highest open rates for email subject lines specifically. So that's how it's applying what it knows about. Here's the formulas for really good subject lines. It's also wrapping in what it knows about from the internet, and then it's applying it specifically to your brand in this tone of voice. That's how it's creating what you see on the right.
Beautiful, beautiful. Let's keep on going. Are you guys having fun? Now, the neat part is, you guys, and you may think this, right? Is this going to impact views if many of us are using the same information? Several different things I want to share. Every time that you hit generate, you're going to get new results. So it's not like it's giving all of us the same 10 or 100 results. You could ask me how I know, but I spend way too much time playing with this because I wanted to see, does this work? Does this work at scale? Does this work for a bunch of different companies? Can we test it for like our clients? And it is wild. So let's go ahead and I'm going to look through these outputs. There's some gorgeous ones here. I've been using this for a month. And as soon as we started using it to generate, and I'll just real fast let you guys know, we use this to support us with blogs, scripts for YouTube, scripts for TikToks, emails, our captions on social media, scripts for advertisement for my speeches. I literally was thinking, shoot, I should have done this for my TEDx talk. I use this for hooks for all my videos. I use this for absolutely everything. So when I say it's really, really, really legit, can you guys see why I'm absolutely obsessed? Drop a yes in the chat if you get my obsession with this. I know my book is already written. Otherwise, I was like, we should write the book with this. We actually are going to announce this week our book deal, which is really, really fun and exciting. Okay. So
There's actually a 7-day AI book writers challenge. And I ended up writing my book, Subscription Secrets, with it within 7 days. So it was about 40% me, 60% Jarvis. Really filling in a lot of the gaps where I wanted it to be like more full and robust, and I'm not great at the grammar. So it helped me get so much faster. And so
Yes.
if you're, an expert in your field and, you want to have a book in your hand to get more consulting and all of that, Jarvis can help you get there.
I love that. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so I'm going to grab a couple of these. So ready for this, you guys. If I need the hooks for my emails, I'm going to put that I need 12 emails for the next 3 months. Who here says that feels very, very realistic? 12 email hooks and ideas for the next 3 months. So I'm going to go ahead and put 12 email hooks. And this is a great one. Want to get more views on social media? Who would click on that one? You'd be like, yes. If you see a subject line where you're like, I would open that one, yes. This one would probably want to add a 0 to it, but I actually really like it as a base. Now, I'll keep this in mind, you guys. I do like to edit things a little bit to make sure it's true for my brand. So I'm not going to say how to make $32,000 a day, but $3.21 might not be enough. So I might say how to make $97 per day. Who here would click on that one? Okay, let's get just a few more. Okay, 10 tips to grow your business. Gorgeous. Let's go ahead and do this. And I could go through all the way. I'll do it just for this email subject line so you guys can see the way that I do this. I'm going to press it again because I always grab my favorite ones, the juiciest ones, the ones where I'm like, this is a no-brainer. Like, absolutely yes. We could try doing a Gary V tone, but I'm going to start with just what is true for me because I wouldn't use those. Okay. Ooh, this is a good one. And I could literally use this one tomorrow because I do have a new social media course. Let's go ahead, do a couple more. How I generated 1K leads. Oh, that's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Now you may be saying, how do I know which ones are going to work the best? I know which ones are going to work the best because I've spent a lot of time in email. And I look at this and I'm like, all 10 of these are better than what our brains create naturally when we stare at an open doc. Does that make sense? Every single one of these would outperform not creating an email, and every single one of these would outperform our best attempts at being creative on demand until you're used to it. Georgia actually knows a lot about AI and software, just so you guys know. I don't need to share all of her credentials, but she knows a lot about it. So we'll go ahead and grab a couple more of these. Who here gets it? You're like, this is awesome. I'm going to go ahead and actually expand on one of these. So I could do all this right now, but I'm going to actually turn one of these into an email right here, right now. So email for week 1. Ready for it? We're going to go ahead and create an actual full email. So I'm going to go back to templates, and all of these are included. Austin, do you want to share the link for the 10,000 free words so people can literally be trying it along with me? Because I know some people are already itching to try this. So do you want to drop that link? All right, we're going to go ahead, and I do break some of the rules here. A good way to start is to use what things are intended for. So I'll let you guys know, just like when you're a musician, who here is a musician? Drop a yes in the chat. When you're a musician, you know that at first you don't want to play 2 notes that are right next to each other because it sounds gross, right? At first. But then down the road, as you learn the words, or rather learn the rules, you learn which rules you can break, right? Then suddenly you play 2 notes right next to each other, and it's called a dissonance. And it's amazing and it's beautiful. And you know that you just need to resolve it at some point or leave it unresolved to create tension. So the same thing is true here. Start with following the rules and then go ahead and start to break the rules. So you might want to start with email. So I'm not going to go into like how I break the rules. Maybe I will. We'll have some fun here. Okay. Let's go ahead and do, I might do,
The best, in my opinion.
let's do it.
Along with the PAS. That's actually why we put them at the top, is because they always produce gold.
Beautiful. So AIDA, cool. Everyone drop AIDA in the chat so that everyone knows. I do use Jarvis to support me with creating all of my emails. And then I insert my own little stories throughout, which is why I'm able to literally pump out 3 to 5 emails a week and still make it to my kids' softball games, which are so long. Okay. We'll just do Rachel Peterson, because that's a pretty standard thing that we have. Everything built under my personal brand. We'll go ahead and go to 10 outputs. So we have a lot of options. Want to get more views on social media? Rachel Peterson has all the trainings and tools you need to get more views for your business. Go ahead and generate. Don't tell my kids that I'm secretly using this during games. It's so long. Any parents with kids in activities right now? The season's wild. Like no one preps it for you or preps you for it. It's so intense. Okay. I say it with like a calm face. We could try that. Okay, ready? So look at this, you guys. It shares you want to get more views on social media, the interest, the desire, the action. So I love this. You remove the AIDA from each section. And what I like to do is, for example, take one of these and then just tweak it slightly. So this is almost ready to go. I'm going to remove the attention and I'm going to add a little more into here. I get it. Doesn't everyone want more views? Okay. And I'm going to change it because I did talk about myself in the third person. That's a rule I try not to break, but sometimes I do. I have all the trainings and tools you need to get more views for your business. I'm going to brag a little bit here. So do you guys see how I'm taking this and just adding a little bit of the intros to each section that make it like ready to rock and roll? I'm an expert in getting people's attention, making them interested and turning that interest into desire. My trainings, and rightfully so, you guys, it assumed that it was third person because I put Rachel Peterson. My trainings are perfect for any entrepreneur. Beautiful. And now I'm going to put you're invited. Sign up now for my free training so you can learn how I do it. If not, I offer a full refund within 30 days of purchase. So what are you waiting for? Sign up now for my training. There we go. Get started today. And then I'm going to add insert link because I will add a link there.
Content. It's not copying and pasting from anywhere. Let's say it's giving you some information that is on the internet. It's compiling it from multiple sources and then applying it to your brand. What this also means is that Jarvis has some creative freedom, so you should actually fact check. And I think you should run it through Copyscape or something like that to look for plagiarism. Only about 0.5% is ever plagiarized when you go through these tests, but I think it's still good to do as due diligence. And that 0.5% is often just common phrases anyway. But I think it's good to do for fact checking. And I also think it's good to make sure that it actually has, your business's accurate information. Sometimes it'll throw a phone number in there. Make sure that you put in your real phone number, or it'll say the address or city. So you'll have to edit it, but you're basically promoting yourself from being a junior copywriter to a chief and editor.
It's amazing. Okay, so who here is feeling this freedom? Do you understand why this was such a game changer for me, for business owners, even for social media managers and freelancers? Sometimes business owners get to a place where they're like, I don't have the time to do this anymore, and I just need to bring people in, even this process. But a lot of times this is going to be that amazing bridge to support you. I personally, I'm training my team in on how to use this so that when I say I need a lead magnet on X, Y, and Z, they can create it. Yes, we create our lead magnets here. We try to pump out about one lead magnet a week, and we do this thanks to the power of Jarvis. Like it's a game changer. Okay, who here saw how fast we quickly created an email? Was that fast? You guys want to see me break rules? That would probably be a whole nother training for a whole nother day. I like breaking rules. Let's talk about Instagram. So day one, Instagram post. Let's create one real fast, okay? So I'm going to, generally speaking, will want to have an idea of what you want to create. So for example, if you go into here and you're like, I have no idea what I want to talk about, it can be a little challenging. So you want to first create ideas. So I may want to go with marketing angles. Let's go with marketing angles first, okay? Let's go ahead and talk about just marketing in general. I help business owners to generate leads, sales, and grow their social media with the power of marketing. And let's go ahead and do helpful. I like helpful. It is possible for a book. And had I known that, I would have saved myself a lot, a lot of crying. Writing a book is so hard, you guys. It's like pouring your soul out every single day and then sending it to a publisher and being like, please love me. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a peek at some of these ideas. And I may get some ideas for social media here. Okay. Many of these would work. Who here feels like some of these would work right now for your Instagram? These are gorgeous. Now, these are very sales driven. And if you guys know anything about me, I love having a portion of my content being straight up sales driven. I also love a portion of my content being knowledge, a portion of my content being the like, a portion of my process being the trust, so the vulnerability. This would work for a lot of the knowledge and the sales. Cool. So let's look for a couple more of these tools that you could use to get ideas for social. My stomach is growling, you guys. Sorry, I didn't eat before this. So if you hear it, don't be alarmed. Let's go ahead and do, I'm going to break a rule here. I'm going to use video topic ideas. I love using video topic ideas for a ton of stuff. So let's go ahead and come up with these. You can tell I use this one all the time. Let's do witty. That's a fun one because that converts really well to social. And I will show you guys how to do a non-sales angle. The one thing that's tough, you can't save the outputs here, right, Austin? You can't save the outputs here, correct? But you can see history.
You can, the history, like we just, every time you run it, we want to put it in the folder of history. But let's say that you click that little, when you hover over it, a star appears. When you click on that add to favorites, it shows up in a tab on your profile of all of your saved or favorited outputs.
And you guys can see, like, you can see that I've been doing this all the time. Like, we've been using it for the last month. So if you look across all the different templates, you'll see that I have thousands of different things that I'm using. Okay, here's a couple. So ready. Now here's the one thing that I will tell you guys is that AI can't necessarily tell your personal stories. So I would look through this and tell a story. So you have to look at the prompts and say, yeah,
Use the creative story template.
we can. Let's do it in just a second. I'm going to grab this one here. How to get started with your first video. Let's do it. So here's the topic from Jarvis. Okay. I'm going to tap into an emotion here. Feeling vulnerable or not confident about recording video. Okay, so we've got the topic. Now we've got the emotion, and we're going to plug both of those things in to the thing that it's supposed to be used for, which is the creative story one. Here we go. Let's go ahead and write this. And then remember, if it tells a story that's not actually yours, tweak it slightly. Okay. Let's add that. And then let's add this. And I'm going to tie these two together. So the plot. I remember feeling vulnerable and not confident about recording video. It can be so scary recording your first video. Okay. There we go. Let's go for it. Who here thinks we're going to get something super juicy and gorgeous that we can use on social? Does anyone feel like this helps you to understand why some people are able to produce so much content because they know things that you don't know? Anyone feel like you experienced that freedom today? It's one of my favorite things. Okay. Ooh, some of these are good. Some of these are great bases for content. I remember when I would tweak this. I remember when I recorded my first video and I felt so vulnerable. What if someone said something, oh, this is so good. This is so good. Let's go ahead and copy this. And look at this. There's a ton of different ones. And then just tweak it to make it true for you. There are some people who are okay with using content that's like totally not theirs, or letting content writers write stories that aren't even related to them. But I feel like that's not a great way to build your brand, because it feels like, I don't know, I prefer this. Okay. I remember when I finished recording my first ever YouTube video and I felt so vulnerable. What if someone said something mean about it? I'm gonna add one more. What if someone made fun of the way I looked? Who here has that fear, by the way? Spoiler alert, everybody does. Okay, it was really hard for me to believe that people would want to watch my videos, but I had a good feeling about the one I just made. So what did I do? Well, after taking a deep breath and crying a little and eating some chocolate ice cream, you guys see how I'm just injecting my personality into this and telling myself not to overthink this too much. I went ahead and posted it on YouTube. You will never believe what happened next. Okay. Who here sees the power? Right? Who here knows that I do open loops all the time? Okay. Was this faster than you staring at an open screen, trying to create content? For some of you guys, it's a yes. Drop a yes in the chat. This is going to save you so much time. And this is an amazing bridge, especially before you're ready to bring on support for marketing, because there's that weird time in your business. Who here knows what I'm talking about? That weird time where it's like, I need help, but I can't afford someone at $5,000 a month or even $30,000 a year. Like, I can't afford that yet. This is a great bridge. And the truth is, you guys, I would actually always train in my team on this moving forward so that they get an idea of where to start and we can tweak everything together. Okay. I know some of you guys are locked out. We literally broke Google Docs. So who here feels like this is possible? Totally works. It's awesome. It's powerful. All right. So we could do this for email, YouTube, Instagram. I'm going to show you guys one more thing. And then I'm going to, we actually did planning and creating in the same one, which is awesome. And then I'm going to share with you guys a little bit about scheduling. Who needs support with scheduling? Anybody? People get nervous about scheduling. Okay. Let's go ahead and get ready for that. So I'm gonna do one more thing, which is YouTube ideas. And this is really important. Just so you guys know, over the last year and a half, we've grown from 4,400 subscribers on YouTube to now almost 91,000 subscribers. So when I'm looking at these titles, I am very, very picky. Okay, so no, I want the things that work. I'm only going to grab the things that work. So let's go ahead and take a peek. Video topic ideas. Yes, I do my own research. Yes, I do my own titles. Let's go ahead and talk about this real fast. What topic should the videos be about? Okay, I'm going to talk about how to grow on Instagram. I could put without showing pictures of your butt because that's really impressive. How to grow on Instagram in 10 minutes per day. Okay. Here we go. And we're going to do energetic. And generate. I may have to tweak this just a little because I thought I should put in just 10 minutes a day. And if you guys jump on in If you guys do jump on in, make sure you grab it through this link right here, because then you get the 10,000 word free trial. So you guys can start using this literally today. I'm almost tempted. Austin, I feel like we're going to have to do more stuff together because this is so fun. This is so fun. Okay. Look at this, you guys. Top 10 tips for building momentum on Instagram. That's a yes. How to make your, and I would just tweak this to Instagram headline pop. Yup. 10 tips to grow on Instagram in 10 minutes a day. Yes. When and how often should you post on Instagram for better engagement? Yes. 3 ways to optimize your Instagram profile for more followers. Yes. You guys, these are so legit. I really, 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 really mean this. Oh, so good. Now, if you want to create the content, I want to make sure I get to what you guys need, which is getting that scheduling too in place. Okay. So I'll show you guys where I would get the content. I would drop the title for my video script outline right here, and this is going to generate it. So let's say 10 tips for growing, or let's just do like something more simple right now so we can read through it fast. 3 tips for growing your Instagram in just 10 minutes a day. Okay. And
There's like a blog post outline,
I love that
and
one.
that's a good one for if you do listicles and stuff like that. You can have it, actually like write out. You could even do recipes. I've seen somebody make a recipe book out of this, where they put in the recipe name and then it produces the 1, 2, 3, and 4.
I love it so much. So much. Let's go ahead and share this. Look at this, you guys. It even gives you tips. So you could go through and grab these tips to create the outline for your content. And then what you're going to do, oh, I haven't even showed you guys my favorite part. So if you're overwhelmed at all, just close your eyes and don't listen for like 2 minutes. Fair? Who here wants to go a little deeper? Drop a yes in the chat if you guys want to go even deeper to see what is possible. But if you're overwhelmed, don't stress here, okay? Because this is next level. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to copy one of these. Let's just pretend that all of this information is accurate. Is it all perfectly accurate? No, I would go through and pick the ones that I think are the most accurate here. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this together. So we're going to do YouTube script now. Remember, don't watch if you're confused because this will be intense. Austin is interested. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pretend that these are all accurate real fast because I just want to make sure time-wise we're doing great. Take influencers in the hashtags with the hashtag. I'm just going to pretend that that's right. Okay, let's go ahead and pull this up. We're going to go to the long form assistant. Now, what a lot of people don't realize about the long form assistant is this is a game changer. This is how you create long blogs. This is how you create scripts. You can use this to support you with writing books or ebooks or so many different things. Okay, so I want to create content. So we're going to start with 5 tips to grow your Instagram every single day in under 10 minutes. Let's change that order. Every single day. We could add without, yes, it can help with long form sales pages. Instagram marketing, why not? Okay, we're gonna let them generate ideas for this. We could come up with different titles for a blog post or a seminar. Look at that, juicy titles. Erin's right. You guys, Erin is really, really, really right. Do you guys see how much time and energy this is going to save you? Like literally, you could pump out a product in the next week that pays for this program and then some every single month. Actually, we could do that. Austin. Oh, sorry. I'll message you later. I have an idea. I just had a really cool idea. Okay.
Cool.
So
And a heads up to people that what she's showing you now is on the second tier plan that includes long form content. So the first half of this training, you saw all of the templates. That's entirely included for the $29 per month plan. And now this is on the unlimited plan where you get unlimited words per month plus this long form content editor.
Yep. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just do this. I'll do this real fast, okay? So you want, and I'm just going to write a quick intro. So, or, hey, guess what? Or not. Look at that, you guys. Generate ideas. What I recommend, oh my gosh, right? There we go. And open editor. Did you guys see that? I was like, I'm going to write the intro. Who's on, by the way, who is on right now? Like you've jumped in, you're making this happen. You're so excited. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add some more. You can add keywords, you can do output length, make it long. So to keep like going, what you just need to do is add a little extra text. So for example, let's start with the first way.
That your goal is imagine like in football, you're trying to get to the end zone. You need to go back and forth and do some plays. So it's not going to write entire articles for you. You'll have to do it'll write a paragraph, and then you have to throw the ball up 20 yards, and then Jarvis will pick it up from there and keep going. So you're kind of directing so you get the best results. So don't think, I just want to set the right expectations so that you get the best results. Prime Jarvis to complete your sentences.
So I'll show you guys what that looks like. So go ahead and compose, and sometimes it'll go to the next steps. So you kind of almost have to teach it as you go, which is kind of nice. So ready? We're going to go ahead and remove some of this. So see how this is way faster than if you were trying to create from scratch. Da, 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 da. And now I don't need to use this portion here. So this is what Austin meant by you go back and forth. So let's go ahead and get to step number 2. We're going to grab this. Step 2. Okay, ready? Dun, 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 dun. And that one didn't go how I wanted it to. So I'm going to go ahead and tweak it slightly, which does happen from time to time. But let's go ahead. Here's how I find the hashtags that I know will help me grow on Instagram. This is fun, you guys. It's honestly like a game. So as you can see, you guys, look at that. Gorgeous. So you can keep going back and forth until you have a script, a lead magnet, until you have a blog post, a book. Kind of wild. Okay. So who here is in love and obsessed? So we can create that whole thing. Yes.
So Jarvis is reading, like the last 600 characters above wherever your cursor is, and tying that in with what the title is, the content, the keywords, the length. So, if you do step 2, if you go right above that, click enter. And I want you to put 3 stars, that the asterisk. All right. So what that does is put blinders on Jarvis to not read above that.
I didn't even know that.
So now all you do is you put your step 2, and then it's going to only read that one sentence. Use hashtags to make your post more visible. And then it's only going to read the title and content description. So then it just rolls into that rather than trying to read and tie in context from that step 1.
Amazing. I didn't even know this. So I just learned too. Okay, who here is happy that you're here today? I'm going to take it one step further. So let's take it one step further. And that is, what do you do with all this awesome content? Because a lot of times people will literally create tons of content and then never actually put it out there. So I'm going to share with you guys one simple, super affordable tool that even has a free option that you can trial with. Who here needs support with scheduling? Anybody? A couple people? Oh yeah. Okay. So the first thing that I want to share with you guys, okay, ready for this? Number 1, scheduling doesn't really affect your reach. And I want to say that again, scheduling really doesn't affect your reach. Most of the time, sorry if anyone feels like I'm personally adding them, most of the time, the reason that content doesn't do as well when it's scheduled is because of the mentality of the people who are scheduling content. They've got this like set it and forget it mentality. They're outsourcing their lovemaking, aka their marketing. They're literally like, I just need to pump this scheduler full of stuff so that I don't have to think about it. But the truth is, you guys, like, marketing is the lifeblood of your business. And Megan said what I probably wouldn't have said, but it's spot on. So Megan said that in the chat. She said, or it's just bad content. So if you post good content performs. Over the last 30 days, you guys, we have grown by over 16,000 followers on Instagram. And last month it was 22,000. We've grown crazy quickly. And most people don't even realize this, but we pump out all of our content at exactly the same time. Each morning I just wake up and go boom, 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 and push them all out. And then they perform because good content performs. Good content performs. Yes, that's organically. We don't, we may use Instagram as a placement occasionally, but we only spend like 10K a month on ads. And most of our placements aren't based on Instagram. So very organic content. Most of our content is organic across the board everywhere, which is kind of cool. So, all right. Automated scheduling software does not affect your reach if you are using partners that social media platforms approve of. If you're using third-party scraping tools, the platforms are not going to approve of that. So I'm going to recommend for you guys a tool that works really well. It's affordable. It works for Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, even to an extent, YouTube. It can support with TikTok, but not fully yet until that integration is fully there because they do everything through APIs. So if you want one tool that allows you to schedule for every single platform that allows you to schedule, that tool is Metricool. So I spend a day sitting down creating all of my content, and then I sit down and then I spend an afternoon just plugging it all into the platform. When you have created, ready for this? When you know how much content you have, then you can just go through day by day and schedule it. What I like about Metricool is that it literally says, it'll show you everything in calendar format. So that's very helpful for me. I'm very visual. A lot of people like different types of software for scheduling. Some people like Buffer, some people like Hootsuite. I personally am a huge fan of Metricool because everything that you're able to schedule, it allows for. Pinterest is different. Pinterest is a really weird platform in that they only have one approved integration, and that is with Tailwind. They've actually shut out, oh, sorry, I'm getting loud over here. I'm getting excited. They have shut down every other integration and every other option. I actually prefer Metricool over Later. No one has approval. HubSpot, I don't even use HubSpot. I used it like 7 years ago when I was in corporate for like 2 seconds, but I don't use HubSpot, just being honest. So it allows you to do everything except for the things that no platform can schedule for. So no platform can schedule for Reels yet. No platform can truly schedule for TikTok yet. No platform can schedule for Instagram carousels and IG stories. Those are the things that these platforms are not making possible. So, and evergreen just means content that is the same over and over and over again. So it's the same a week from now, a month from now, and I just plug everything on in, either into the scheduler or I do it real time if it's like Reels or TikToks, etc. Cool. All right. Whew, we did it. And 1 minute to spare. Who here's happy that you're here today? Who here got some value? Who here got at least 3 pieces of value? Who here's like, I have some actionable steps. This is super supportive. Who here's like, I had so much fun. Austin, bring Rachel back. I'm just kidding. I'm just fumbling there.
Hey, we've had a few repeat guests. You know, I think Dan Kurtz has been on a few times for SEO. And if you guys want to see more trainings like this in the academy at conversionai.com/academy, I'll be posting this video in there later today. And these have all been so helpful. As you can tell, it's not really salesy about Jarvis. It's about supporting customers. Today, there's a lot more non-customers on than normal. So we do these every single Thursday, really just to provide value for the community here. And if you guys are not already in the Facebook group, make sure you're in there. And people are just so helpful. That's what's really unique about, Jarvis Nation is just so much support in helping you, with all your goals in marketing when it comes to writing copy.
Seriously, I just saw one question that I want to share. So we have been crushing it on SEO, on the SEO front for a couple of key blogs. And guess where those were all written? They were all written thanks to Jarvis, like 100%, which is really cool because we've never made SEO like one of our main focuses. We focus on organic, social, and marketing and email. And for the first time ever, we have content that's like actually really ranking. And that's because we're using Jarvis. And otherwise, that wouldn't be a priority in our business at all, which is kind of cool.
And also, we're international. So there's a lot of language translation as well. So you can write in English and translate to Spanish if you're trying to go into that market. Or let's say that you're international. Let's say that, you're a virtual assistant in the Philippines. You can, write in your language and then translate that automatically into English. And so that's pretty cool. We want to be more international. And so we're supporting more languages. I can look here in a second at, I think we have something like 16 languages now, but we're looking to add more.
I also wanted to share this too. Everything that I've shared today is applicable to people who are starting from the ground up. Whether you have 0 followers, 50 followers, 400 followers, or 100,000. Every single thing that I shared today, I stand by, regardless of where you're at. Because the truth is, you guys, if you understand the principles, the level of following you have doesn't matter.
That's so true. Cool. Yeah, you've made this so clear today for us, and not intimidating, not overwhelming. Like that's what I feel like. This is a tangible training. It doesn't matter if you're working on a side hustle, you're a mom, that has kids in 3 different kinds of games. This is very practical. Thank you for sharing your secrets here.
For sure. And for those of you guys who jump on in to get the 10,000 word free trial, we'll make sure that you guys get that KLT bonus by July 1st. The only reason I say by July 1st is because we're going to re-record it. We're setting up the stage, getting the pro cameras out. So if you jump on in, you'll see that link is up on the screen. It says start for free. If you jump on in, we'll make sure that you get access for sure. Don't worry. We've got you. It's going to be awesome.
I love it. Thanks for attending, y'all. And remember to stay tuned for June 29th. Some big stuff is coming. And I'm going to be posting a photo after this in our Facebook group with Rachel here. And if you have any further questions, that's the best place to reach us. So you just comment down on that photo of the replay. And within those comments, I'll also post the link to this replay. So look for that later today.
You guys are awesome. Thanks, Austin.
Thanks so much for showing up live, and I'll see you on the inside.